All right. Welcome everybody to our weekly team meeting. I'm so happy everyone is here and we are now recording. So that is fun. We're going to put the replay into Circle. So I'm going to pull this up so I don't forget anything because, oh my gosh, you guys, I went out on not last night, the night before. We went out for dinner with friends and I go to bed by like 10 o'clock and we were out until like 1 o'clock in the morning and uh, I am,
My goodness, that's not normal.
I know, I know. Yeah, we do it once a year. So, but then last night, of course, I fell asleep at like 9:30.
I have to find a pen. Where the heck's my pens?
So anyway, welcome. We are so happy you're here. If you are not currently speaking, please mute yourself just so we don't have background noise on the recording. And we will have question time at the end. So please feel free to come off mute, or if there's things that you want to come off mute and ask questions about during the meeting, please feel free. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with some recognition. December was fantastic. Sales and sponsoring, number one in personal sales for the month with number 1, 2, and 3 with over 3,000 personal sales. Shirley Smith, Anna Truffle, and Dee Davidson. Congratulations, ladies. Amazing job. Don't forget, folks with over $3,000 in January are going to tap into that extra cash on the comp plan. So definitely want to be working towards this level. Over 2K in sales. I was at 2,900. If it had been January, I would have made sure that I got to 3,000, but I was like, yeah, all the same. Doesn't matter. It's okay. Followed closely by Kim Chartier and Sarah Klein. And then all of these folks had over 1,000 in personal sales. So congratulations to everybody who did over 1K in personal sales in the month of December. Amazing job. I swore I had sponsoring in there, but we'll celebrate Power Hour Push. So Power Hours, we do lots of Power Hours every week, but these folks did a minimum of 2 Power Hours per week for the month of December. This is a team thing. This is not a corporate thing, but we are going to be continuing on with the Power Hour Push in January. So if you missed out on being on this list, you have the entire month of January ahead of you to take part in the Power Hour Push. So that is super fun. Does anybody want to come off mute and just talk a little bit? Oh, yes, I'd be happy to show 1K again. Here's 1K. So while we are looking at the 1K achievers,
Oh,
I
gotta hear this.
and Melissa, I think you were on there, weren't you? Did I forget to put your name? I felt like I saw your name pop up for 1K. Are you not on there? Jody Franklin and Roberta Wellman got smushed too. Oh, you are on there. I see you. All right. So congratulations to everybody on this list. And oh, she was looking for her actual last name, not her abbreviated last name that I gave her. All right. So Power Hour Push. Can someone who took part in the Power Hour Push come off mute? Actually, before we do that, let's go back to our achievers up here. Kim Chartier's on. Kim, can you give us a sales tip for getting to over 2,000 in personal sales?
Sure. So I always, whenever anybody talks to me about what I'm doing, the biggest thing that I'm doing is checking in with my customers. I reach out to them. I let them know what's new. It's conversations all the time. So if they've made a purchase, it's following up on that purchase. Beginning of the month, I did that today. I reach out and I tell them what the new specials are. If they're a PC, I contact them, even though they get an email from the home office, they hear from me too, because a lot of times we miss emails. I either reach out, depending on what their form is, whether it's text, email, Facebook Messenger.
I froze.
Relationships with them all the time, no matter what, so that sometimes people are just reaching out to you because you're constantly sharing. And I find that a lot. I actually had somebody today I commented on. I sent them a happy new year. They work for a real estate office, and I shared something with her, and then she ended up following up with, oh, my nephew has this issue with chapped lips and around his mouth and things like that. I didn't reach out to her to discuss any Pure Haven products, but now she's giving my information to her niece, so that it's her niece's son, her great nephew, to say, hey, here's a friend of mine, and she has these non-toxic products, and take a look at what she sent me, and then she can reach out, she can contact me directly. So it's building that rapport so that people trust you and they don't think that you're just there for sales, basically.
Love it. Thank you, Kim. So building relationships, listening for what, listening to how to help people, not trying to make a sale, just sharing what we have to offer and helping people. Oh, poor Svetlana said she got 1,000 in personal sales in December, and I know I saw her name and I thought I put it on here. Poor Svet. She is like my Liam, who is my sweet boy, who always gets rocks. Do you guys know that special, the Charlie Brown special, when they go trick-or-treating and everybody gets candy in their bags, and Liam is always the one where we're like, oh, Liam, you got a rock. It's always Svet. Svet, I love you. You got 1,000 in sales. I'm really proud of you. I'm also really proud of everybody else. So great job, everyone. We're very proud of all of you for sharing. Okay, so Power Hour push. I'm going to ask Svet to come up and talk about Power Hours and how amazing they are. So, and if anybody else wants to share just a second of that, that would be great. So, Svet, would you mind coming off mute and sharing why you like coming to the Power Hours?
So for me, it's definitely a part of the community, having someone to talk to and share our celebrations with. So that's always a good start to everybody's day. My being over $1,000 is direct testimony of being on Power Hours and coaching, because I haven't made that many sales, at least nothing that I had to buy myself. So it definitely works. And it's the sense of community. It's just the sisterhood that we have. It's amazing.
Thank you. All right, sponsoring all of these people shared Pure Haven and helped other people learn about the business opportunity. For the month of January, the business opportunity is still $35. Now we want to sort and filter. So if somebody says, I want to buy $200 worth of products, but I'm never going to open my mouth and share with anybody else, that's not the right time to have them join. But then once they become a raving fan of the products and they really love the products, you say, listen, you love these products, you're probably talking about them. Or if somebody gives you a referral and they're referring people to you, say, listen, I would much rather have you make that money than me. And the other great people to talk to about joining your team are your hosts. So talk to your hosts about joining. They're the ones who are the best sponsoring conversations to have. All right, Circle. We are making that transition to Circle. You guys, I know it's not easy. I know it's rough. It's a new thing. We are brand new at this. We all are. So I'm going to ask you to remember that this is new for all of us. So if you join by January 7th, so please tell your teams and, you know, for yourselves. I think everybody on the call is already over on Circle, but tell your teams, join by January 7th and you'll be entered into a drawing. And really, we just need to keep playing with it and learning. We will no longer be using the consultant Facebook group, but it will stay open. So if you need to grab stuff from that consultant Facebook group, no compromises. If you need to be put into that consultant Facebook group, no compromises. Let us know, but obviously, you know, we are pulling as much as we can over to Circle. So that would be ideal if you just focus on joining Circle and getting used to Circle. Phase 2, we'll be adding customers. I have had a lot of people over the years say to me, hey, I don't like Facebook, or my customer is not on Facebook. Like, we'll do events and people will say, oh, I have these 5 customers who aren't on Facebook. That's okay. We can help them on Circle now. So we'll be adding customers. We'll be doing a splashy February customer promotion that makes them check in regularly on Circle. And again, this is new to us too. So recognize that this is not something that we are used to. So I'm going to ask you guys, if you're having a hard time with something, tell me, or tell one of the other people who are tagged with Leaders in Action. Jen Pacelli, who is on this call, is my co-admin over on Circle. So reach out to me or Jen if you're struggling on Circle, because if you're struggling, somebody else probably is too. And it's new for all of us. So we want to build this into an amazing platform for all of us. So if you see something, say something. If you're having a tough time, let us know and we will try to figure it out and troubleshoot it. Right now, what we're working on is making sure that everybody can see all of the members. Because Jen and I can both see all of the members, but you guys can't. So we're working on remedying that because we think you should all be able to see everybody who's in there. Oh, the other thing I'm going to ask you with Circle, I just talked about this on coaching. Before we move off of that slide, we have a discussion going in Circle right now, and I asked you all to share a talent or something about yourself. So I would love to make unique tags in that, so that if we have different people with different talents or different things in common, we can be like, oh, let's look at the different tags and see, like, you know, who has that skill or who has that talent. So for instance, Kim Chartier is a teacher. I would love to have a list, you know, if you're talking to a teacher, wouldn't it be great if you could just look at those tags and be like, oh, Kim Chartier is a teacher. Like, that's somebody that I can talk to about how she works her business around being a teacher, right? So I would love to make those unique tags. So please think about what you have to bring to the table. Gina is a writer and blogger and researcher. So that's really cool. Like, if somebody, you know, if we have some kind of, she understands how to read. She said she understands how to read peer reviewed studies, which is fantastic. Like, if we have a need for that, then we have that in there as a tag. So I would love to really utilize those tags. So please share your talents so that we can highlight you and also so that we can connect better with each other. All right. I want to talk a little bit about our annual goals. These are going to stay front and center. We're going to talk about them on every team meeting. 6 million in downline sales. Largest year ever in our organization was 4.2 million. So this is a stretch for us. This is big. I believe we can do it. I have no doubt. We also want to reach 5,000 new families this year. So we're going to be tracking that. And we are going to be doing our philanthropy. So our philanthropy, we're going to, for those of you who don't know, Hearts of Hope is an organization started by one of our owners, Mary Julick. And so she founded this organization to help families whose children are dealing with life-threatening illnesses. And it's really to support the families in those situations. So we will be, you can check off that Hearts of Hope on your orders, or your customers can check off that Hearts of Hope on their orders. But what we're going to do is ask people, and this is totally voluntary, if you would like to donate. So like if you have 20 people buy during a month and you want to donate an additional $20 towards our Hearts of Hope, we're going to start working on getting that implemented by the end of this month. And then you're going to send in your customers' names that you're donating in recognition of. And we're going to make a giant graphic with all those names on it and give an extra check to Mary at conference. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be amazing. The Leaders in Action came up with it at our retreat. Actually, we came up with that even before it. Judy Rosati and Jonna Mulvaney and I were flying home from conference and came up with the idea and then threw it out to the Leaders in Action. So, okay, specials. I just want to see if there's any questions in the chat. Okay. So specials this month. Continuing on with the customer special mystery gift. That's still going on, free with a $95 purchase. Preferred customers, you can choose one or both of these. And by the way, there's this new Preferred Club enhancement. Preferred Club members now get 10% off with a $150 order. So once they hit that 100, these are not for new Preferred Club members. This is for existing Preferred Club members. So as soon as they hit that $150 mark, and these products can figure into that. So if you add these products in that they get at 20% off, they get an extra 10% off their entire order. So really exciting. Jen, you have a question on that?
So our current Preferred Club that put in 150 in replenishment, say January 5th, they get 10% off that?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if they had to. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Thank you.
No, when the replenishment runs, it will take 10% off.
Okay.
As long as they hit 150 before tax on their
Right.
order.
Right. Okay.
So if they do want these and they hit 150, they'll still be getting that 30% off of those. Like
Okay.
they've been getting. Also, double host rewards. Sorry, I moved too fast. Double host rewards this month kick in at a $500 gathering. So double host rewards, they've been doing this every year from the beginning. Double host rewards for January. This is for non-self-hosted parties. So any customer that you have, consultants can't take part in that, but any customer that you have gets double host rewards. So my recommendation is that as you are talking to people throughout the month, if they are going to put in an order and they are not already associated with the party, you say, hey, listen, you're putting in this, $100 order. You're already $100 towards getting, if that party hits, $500, you get 160 free. You're already $100 there to the, you're already $100 on your way there. Can we get together some friends and do a party? So that's a great way to really utilize that host rewards to booking bonus. And I would get on the phones as quickly as possible to get those parties booked to make sure you're really capitalizing on your month. There is a consultant incentive going on right now. It's basically, think of it as the green by 15, right? Instead of just getting shouted out, you get a $600 or you get a $119.95 value product for getting to 600 in sales by the 16th of the month. Corporate is sharing tips every day from the 1st through the 16th on the corporate consultant only page. So this is a great way to this is a great way to help you improve your sales. So make sure that you're tapping into that. And obviously, we've talked about power hours and coaching and how great those can be. Sorry, my cat is climbing on me, so I just I just had to move a little bit there. Team promotions. We are doing 2 big team promotions. So the first one is we have the Power Hour Push. So still get a free product, surprise product when you come to 2 power hours a week throughout the month. And then Coaching Haven, which is come to 2 coaching sessions per week throughout the month. You track it yourself. There's a Google Doc. You just pop your name in the Google Doc. And if you do both of those, if you come to 2 coaching sessions per week, 2 power hours per week for the entire month, you also get $50 worth of swag, or entered into a drawing for $50 worth of swag for the month. So you definitely get a free product for Power Hour Push. You definitely get a free product for Coaching Haven. And then if you do both of those, you get entered into a drawing. Now, this one's huge. If you get to 1,500 in personal sales for the month, you get entered into a drawing for a Monos carry-on roller bag. These are PFAS-free luggage. And then if you get to 3,000 for the month, I know everybody's shooting for 3,000, so they cap out that comp plan. You get a cashmere throw that's guaranteed. So you don't get entered into the luggage drawing anymore, but you get a for sure cashmere throw. And if you get to 5,000 for the month, you get an iPad. So let's shoot for those for this month. Let's see. Oh, so somebody's asking in the chat what time coaching sessions and power hours are. And yes, they do vary each week. Jen, thank you for being on top of it. Jen just put the calendar in the chat. And there's literally 3 to 4 power hours every single day and 2 coaching sessions every day. The coaching pretty much stays the same. I do 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. most nights, though Friday nights I usually do a little bit earlier because Brian and I like to go to the German American Cultural Society and play cards and have beer. So we head out early on Friday nights. Kim Chartier sometimes joins us and gives me her glasses. So yeah, we do coaching 10 times a week, and then also Saturday or Sunday evenings right before our team meeting at 7, we also have coaching. Habit share. Can somebody come off of mute and talk about habit share? I've been bad about using it the last couple of weeks, but tomorrow I am all in again. So Leslie, there are 11 coaching. Oh, you have to do 2. Come on coaching twice a week. Yeah, Jen said 2 times, but there are 11 coaching opportunities per week. And again, I shared that if there are people who are like, I absolutely cannot make any of those sessions, but they really want to do coaching, we can talk about adding more in. Habit share. Can someone come off of mute who is using habit share and talk about that piece of accountability?
I can.
Great. Thanks, Kim.
No problem. So basically you decide on the habits that you want to be able to track. We picked 4 specific that we tried to do. It was Get Fit, which is you're posting on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We do it Monday through Friday, so you can take the weekends off. Then it's 5 follow-ups, 5 new conversations, and then 5 ask the questions. So you might be asking someone to host, you might be asking someone to make a purchase. You might be asking somebody to attend something specific you're doing, or you might be asking somebody to join the company, but it's 5 asks. And those are the 4 that we do. And then you can pick who you want to share those habits with. So those people can hold you accountable that you're doing those things every single day. And there's a messaging portion to it so that if you're running behind or if you're doing really well, people can cheer you on or remind you what you're missing out on. So it's kind of nice for me when somebody posts in there and they check off one of their habits, you get a notification. So sometimes I'm a full-time teacher. So during the day when they're checking them all off, I start going, oh no, I have to make sure when I get home, I do my job. But it's nice to see when people are checking them off too, because then you're aware that everybody's working. And you can reach out to remind somebody if you notice that they haven't gone on in a little bit. I know I reached out to a couple people either yesterday or the day before, just letting them know, oh, these are some things that you could do if you're happy with one of those things. Here's an idea for you, something like that.
Thank you so much, Kim, for sharing that. Yep. Also, Jen added some other stuff. Yep, it does have a small learning curve, but definitely worth it. So we were on a training together as a team. Many of us were on a training together as a team. And my mentor, Eric Worre, was talking about creating layers of accountability. And this is one of your layers. So this is a layer, power hours are a layer. And so, attending team meetings are a layer. So know what your accountability system is. If you have an accountability buddy in addition to that, that's fantastic too. But this is a great layer of accountability and we all do it together. So you can friend everybody else in the team. Maybe we'll put a post in No Compromises too. We have a link with a Google form, but I think maybe just a post is easiest. Yeah, and Judy says it's up to you what you want to make your habits. So it's not just about the business. You can have other habits too. All right, compensation plan. You guys, I am so excited about this. So I want to talk for a minute about wholesale buyers, because I know a lot of the wholesale buyers are struggling with this compensation plan change, and we don't want anybody to feel like there's anything being taken away from them. But this is an enhancement to the compensation plan that allows people to tap into more money on the front end. So for those people who are wholesale buyers, what I recommend they do, because a lot of people are forgetting that we are a party plan company and we have host rewards. So wholesale buyers, as long as they're sharing a little bit with friends and family, or even putting their own orders in for stuff, every $200 in sales, they can put those into a self-hosted party and get 25 free and 30% off. So if they're putting stuff into their own self-hosted parties and they're sharing with a few friends and family and they're only hitting that $200 level, so they're not getting the discount, what they're mostly concerned about is the discount. So when you have wholesale buyers on your team who are like, well, I'm losing out on my wholesale buying and I'm going to get less off of my products. Well, if you really tap into the it can't tap into the party, and use those parties, you can still get your discount. So definitely recommend having that conversation with wholesale buyers that they can still get that discount. They just have to share with family and friends a little bit. Any questions on that? Okay. But I am absolutely loving this. So when we hit that $3,000 level, 40% payout is really nice. So the way that this will function is we get a base pay throughout the month. So you're used to getting 30% commission on everything that you do throughout the month. What's going to happen now is you're going to get a 20% base pay on everything throughout the month. And then on the 15th, you're going to get a check for any additional, so as soon as you hit that first power bonus of when you get to $300 in sales, you'll get a 5% check on the 15th. If you get to 1,000, you'll get a 10% more check on the 15th. If you get 2,000, you'll get 15% more on the 15th. And if you get 3,000 or over, you'll get 20% more on the 15th. Make sense? Okay, any questions? Oh, hi, Abigail. Thanks so much for joining us. Does anybody else have a guest on the meeting tonight that we can welcome? Or anybody else who it's their first meeting? All right, well, welcome, Abigail. We're so happy you're here. And if you want to stand afterwards, we can talk a little bit about the benefits of being a consultant. We're happy to share a little bit more with you. No, Rachel asked, wholesale buyers need to get 300 to start receiving a discount. Everybody gets a 20% discount. All of us get a 20% discount. What I recommend doing is always putting your order in at retail into a party so you can get the best benefits, right? So I always recommend putting in at least $125 order if you can, into retail to get the best benefit, because then your shipping drops down too. So you get the $95 free product and you get the shipping dropping down. But you still, I mean, everything is still 20% off for everyone. I just don't recommend anybody put anything in at wholesale. I always recommend retail. Michelle, I really don't understand your question. I'm sorry.
You said that we get a bump on the 15th of the month?
No, you get your bonus check on the 15th for the previous month. So you're going to get paid 20% throughout the month on whatever you do throughout the month. Wherever you land on the last day of the month, that will get paid out on the 15th of the following month. So if you do 4,000 in personal sales in January, let's say, you're going to get 20% of that paid out throughout the month of January weekly. And then on the 15th of February, you're going to get another check for the other 20%. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Great. Good. All right. Any other questions on the comp plan enhancement? Anybody have any questions on that? Because I know it's different for everyone. It's new. We used to have power bonuses years ago and I loved them. One of the other benefits for those of you who have a team and who are working your business is it can really help drive volume. So if somebody knows that they're going to get 5% more if they get in $10 more in sales or $20 more in sales, it can really help your team volume grow by just reaching out to that person and say, hey, you're going to get a 20% raise, a 5% raise if you get, $20 more in sales in. Leslie, yes.
I had one question. The graphic you just showed with all that, is that someplace I can print it off? Is it in the comp plan?
So if you go to PHE Team Tools, there is the new big Mama Jama Giganto comp plan, and there's the new one pager.
Okay, great. Thanks.
So you get both of those.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Melissa has a PC certificate question. So the PC rewards are going to be the equivalent, right? Like we're still going to get the same amount in PC rewards. It's just going to be, the number is going to change because we get a different wholesale rate now. So it's just going to be a higher number. Does that make sense? So like if you have $200 in rewards right now, 200 retail right now, you get it 140, but instead it's going to be whatever 20% off of that is instead of 30%. Melissa, did that answer your question? Okay, great. Good question. Yeah, I had a meeting with Miranda the other day and that came up, so I'm on top of that one. Another great question that we got tonight, from Roberta on the PC Club, that new enhancement for the 10% off at $150. If people buy the LTOs, those count into that 150. So if, you know how our PCs get the LTO for a percentage off, if they buy the 20% off LTOs, because those are 20% off now, and those bump them up to 150, they'll get the extra 10% off their entire order. Make sense? Anybody confused? Please ask questions if you have them. It's okay. Oh, thank you. Jen said limited LTO equals limited time offer. Exactly. So this month it's pear vanilla. All right, so other team happenings. We are doing a in-person event team meeting on Thursday. Very excited about this. And we're going to go to Shake Your Soul first. Kim made this amazing graphic. So if anybody wants to share this, it is in no compromises. You can grab this. And it's going to be so much fun. We're going to start at 6 o'clock doing Shake Your Soul, and then our team meeting starts at 7:30. So come on out. It's $10 for drop-in for Shake Your Soul. And then I'm asking consultants to pay $5 to help pay for the space for the team meeting. Guests are free. There will be prizes for guests. There will be a door prize for guests, door prize drawing. And we are asking consultants if you'd like to bring a dish to share, because we're going to be there for a while if we start Shake Your Soul at 6 o'clock. So if you want to bring a potluck type item to share, that would be fantastic. And what does our team do weekly? You guys heard us talk about power hours and coaching. We also do, I'm going to pull up our calendar so you guys can see it. So this is this week. We have that drop-in coaching, and I would definitely recommend you download this to your Google Calendar, because this changes to your time zone, which is really nice. So drop-in coaching every day at 7, and then we have power hours. Tomorrow morning, we talk mindset. So getting rid of any limiting beliefs. Tomorrow night, I will be running the social hour. So come and join us just for fun and getting to know each other and spending time together, community building time. We did a Secret Santa. We finally opened our Secret Santas last week. It was so much fun. One week we had, Michelle did country music. She did some country music trivia and people wore cowboy hats. So I don't know what it's going to be tomorrow night. So you guys just have to drop in and find out. It's an adventure. Skills training on Tuesday night. Jen and Judy are doing connecting with your why. So that is going to be a fantastic training, I am sure. If you guys have suggestions for skills trainings of things that you would like to learn more about and focus on, let us know. We will record those and put those up in No Compromises. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Wednesday night, there is a corporate call, and then there's also onboarding calls. So when you have new team members, how come we only have onboard? Oh, there it is. We do 2 onboarding call 1s and 2 onboarding call 2s every single week. So when you have new consultants join, they have something to tap into that helps them feel connected to the team and to know a little bit more about us. So hopefully that will be helpful for you all. Book club. Okay, I'm really excited about this. So we had been reading Think and Grow Rich in 10 minutes a day, and I think everybody was kind of getting tired of it. Nobody was reading the book anymore. So I was like, okay, let's change it up, you guys. It got a little woo-woo. Got a little woo-woo. We were like, okay, enough. So I think we need some Yeah, Melanie, we have a lot of resources. Come tap in, join us, have fun with us, work with us. It's a great, there are a lot of great resources. So book club. So I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to talk a little bit about each of these books. And if you've read the book or if you want to read the book, let me know. Let us know. But I want you guys to choose. Like, I don't want to choose. I thought we could read Selling It Softly. Sue Rush came and spoke at a conference a while back. She was great. Selling It Softly is all about really sort of like Kim talked about, understanding your customer and meeting your customer's needs and talking about, selling as being very service oriented in your selling. And so I really like this book a lot. Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy Neustadt is a staple in our industry. It is absolutely amazing. It's really about just the nuts and bolts. All of these are nuts and bolts books. None of them are woo-woo. None of them are Think and Grow Rich. They're all nuts and bolts. Get Over Your Damn Self. If you like sort of straightforward, this is how it is, I'm not going to BS you. It's called the No BS Blueprint to Building a Life-Changing Business. So this is all about building a business in our sphere. Selling It Softly. Sue worked in Direct Sales Party Plan. Romy and Eric were both MLM. So that's the difference there. But all of these are pretty transferable skills and really important for whatever you're doing. So Get Over Your Damn Self is Romy's book. And then you guys know how I feel about GoPro. Eric is amazing. This book is fantastic. So I think we should choose one of these books to start with for our book club. So does anybody want to come off? Okay, so Gina said she'd read Get Over and GoPro, and she's curious about Selling It Softly. Let's see. Okay, so Christine said she just bought Selling It Softly. And then Janice said all of them are on her nightstand. And then Jen said she has the book but never read it. Dorothy ordered it. Rose said she's never read Selling It Softly. So yeah, there's Judy says she has a question. Judy, you want to come off mute and ask your question?
Yeah, and it's not related to this. It was something, when we want to put an announcement in, like, power hour at a certain hour or mindset, do we put that in Circle or do we put that in No Compromise? I'm still a little
Great
confused.
question. So we are not using Facebook at all anymore. I don't
Okay.
want people to feel like, where do I go? Where do I go? We're
Right.
only using Circle. So just posting in Circle.
Okay.
I think we got very crowded up with posts about, hey, Power Hour. I think everybody's an adult. You guys can all look at the calendar.
Okay. Okay.
So let's just assume people are looking at the calendar and
Okay.
know that there's resources, and, we'll talk about it when we onboard people too. I'll pop that into the onboarding, which I meant to revamp this for the last few weeks and things got a little hairy and I didn't have time to do that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
all right.
So a couple people were asking about voting. You guys, of course you get to vote. So are you ready? I'm so excited. I've never done this before. Okay, here we
We're gonna
go.
do a poll. Oh, here we go. Awesome.
Go, go, go.
Done.
Ooh, this is fun. Oh, Selling It Softly is winning. We have 21 votes. How many people are in the room? 31 participants. 24 votes. $26 votes.
I have another
We'll give it
question too.
another minute. Who has a question? You can ask your question while we're waiting for the final votes to come in.
We are not recording coaching calls, but we're recording still Power Hours.
We're not recording Power Hours. We're not
okay.
recording coaching calls. All we're recording is team meetings and
Good.
Skills training.
and skills training.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So the reason we are not recording power hours is because I mean, most of the time we're off camera, doesn't really matter. So just so you guys know, while we're waiting for the poll to finish up, power hours, we start in gratitude and celebration. So we spend some time in that space so that we are ready to do our business from a space of gratitude and celebration. And it just sort of gets your energy right to do work. And also it helps you get to know your team members better, right? Like if we're celebrating together, that's awesome. Then we spend 40 minutes, cameras off, mics off, working. And then we come back on for 10 minutes and mind or do some masterminding around any questions that came up. And Kim Chartier, can you come off mute and share your idea that you got from Dorothy in the coaching, or yeah, I think it was in the coaching call, about what we're going to power hour around starting soon?
So Beth had posted, it was a link to a Rachel that was sharing how she creates content for a year. And Dorothy had watched it. And one of the things she does is she creates content around the questions people might ask that would lead into you talking to them about products. So she lists all of those different questions. She puts it in a spreadsheet, but it's a lot of work. Dorothy had started working on it and she was talking about it. And I thought, wouldn't that be a great idea if we actually scheduled some power hours where we went into the power hour and we worked to create content, but we all worked on the same project so that it wouldn't be one person trying to get it all done and we could take pieces of it. So there could be some power hours that would be specific to creating content.
So we're gonna focus on that. Leaders in Action are gonna maybe put some social media content power hours in play. Yeah, it's a really good video. So if you want to go watch that, it's in the social media playbook. All right, it looks like Selling It Softly won. So we won't start next week. We'll start the week after that with chapter 1. So that everybody has time to buy the book if you haven't bought it yet. It is out of print, so I believe. So you have to, oh, I can share the results. Yay, look at that. Okay. That is so fun. I've never done that before.
That's awesome.
I'm like a 5-year-old, I swear. All right. So, Selling It Softly, you can buy it on, all the different used booksellers. So Thrift Books, Amazon, I think has a few copies. So just go and Google and you'll find it. Jen needs to unpack her office and find it. She moved not too long ago. Okay, so I think that's it. The only thing I have left in my presentation is questions.
Beth,
So,
are we still doing Ambassador of the Week?
oh, yes, we are. Thank you.
Mhm.
I was a horrible Ambassador of the Week, you guys. I am so sorry. I had such a crazy week. I did not post nearly enough. So I am sorry about that. But our next Ambassador of the Week is we'll make up for it so much because she's so much better at it than I am. She's done it before. While we were doing oh yeah, so sometimes public libraries offer free digital books. Great tip. So when we started talking about switching over to Circle, this has been in the works for a while, but we didn't plan on quite doing it so early. But we were like, okay, Eric always says, do it. It doesn't need to be perfect. Like, get it done. Doesn't need to be perfect, right? Figure out we'll work out the kinks. We'll figure it out. Just dive in, do it. Figure it out, tell the world, and all that. So we decided just to do it, just to move over to Circle, right? So we thought, while we're sort of prepping that, let's have all the leaders in action who are already over in Circle playing with it be the ambassadors of the week. So Kim Park is our next ambassador of the week. And Kim, if you don't know her, is like the goddess of Canva. She is, when we need something created on Canva, she's the one to do it. So she does great graphics. So she will do an amazing job as Ambassador of the Week. And we are still on both Facebook and Circle for Ambassador of the Week. So please like check both places, because what we're trying to do, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what we're trying to see happen is, yeah, Dawn, I know West Coast, it's tough. I don't know if you heard me earlier, if she's still on, but if you guys have coaching times that you think would work better for you, because the coaching times we have don't work, please let me know. And we can work on that. Yep. So, Welcome Wellness. We're posting on both Facebook and on Circle right now in Welcome Wellness. For No Compromises, we're only posting in Circle. So consultant facing, only Circle, customer facing, both Facebook and Circle. And it may stay that way. Like we may never fully transition over to Circle for customers. We may be in both places because there's a lot of people in there that just are not going to move and change their mind and get off Facebook. But there's a lot of people who aren't on Facebook. And Circle allows us to embrace people who aren't on Facebook. And the other thing it does, it's so much less noisy. You know, it's us. It's not like, oh, let me go look over here. Like it's not just constantly moving. So if we can get people used to being on Circle, they're going to embrace it and want to be just, you know, when they're in that time of day that they're with us, they're going to just be with us. Right. So, that's going to be more enjoyable for everybody, I think. So anyway, that's it. Any questions that you guys have? I'm going to open up the floor now, for discussion. So any questions that you guys have? There was a lot of information there. Megan, sorry.
Hi, I have a question about, and I apologize, as I transition. The Pure Empire Consultant Group, should I no longer be in that, or is that part of your?
I do not have access to that.
Okay, all right. So that was
I have
my old
asked,
group. Okay,
I have asked many times, several times for access. I do not have access. So
okay,
highly recommend you just let consultants know that we
Okay.
are on No Compromises and
well,
just,
no one has posted it either, which is, I mean, I would have,
I don't
created
have
some-
access. I'm not allowed
Okay.
to.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try to touch base with everyone in there. I would have appreciated some kind of communication, but anyway.
So would I. That would have been lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah, okay. All right, so that's one group. And then I know there are more, but I want to make sure I am in, and anyone else who was on my team, we are
Sure.
in the right groups going
Right
forward.
place.
So
Yep.
if you have a list, or if anyone on here has a list of what you're in, if someone can just type it in the chat or something that you can think of off the top of your head, if I need to be in something specific.
The only things you need to be in now, moving forward, are Circle. And once you're in Circle, you're in all of the groups on Circle. So you're in the social media
Okay.
playbook, you're in No Compromises, you're in the Wellness Circle. Wellness Circle is going to be customer facing when we get customers in there. It's not yet. So you want to be in Welcome Wellness on Facebook right now. And that's what you can put customers in that
Okay.
we share testimonials and
Yes.
all of that.
Okay.
So we are building out the customer facing side now. Welcome Wellness is our ATM group, ad tag message group, on Facebook, but we're working on moving that over to Circle as well, so that it's really simple for consultants to just be in one place. So you're not sort of doing that whole bebopping all over the place. It's super easy to, I'm just gonna screen share. And I think all of you are in Circle, so you'll know what I'm talking about when I show you this. You know, it's really easy to just go, okay, here's all the groups. So there's the social media playbook, and that's where all of the social media assets are going to be. We're building that out now. No compromises is where all of the team stuff goes. And for those of us who were on Facebook in my group, that's what we called it. So that's the same. Team calendar is up here. New consultant information is up here. Anything that you might need, sort of that's not in this group would be up here. So, or that's not in a post would be up here. So, you know, we have a lot of information up in these folders too. It's not just in the posts. So these are more like files on Facebook. Wellness circle is going to be our customer facing stuff. And then social media playbook, I already mentioned, is where all of the sort of social media stuff is. So for instance, Super Greens, if you're looking for Super Greens testimonials, they're in here. And please add to these. If you guys have testimonials that aren't in here, please feel free to throw them in there. Geraldine's been doing an amazing job with filling these up, so that's been super helpful. So if the rest of you could do the same, that would be great. Also, we were talking earlier about tags in the beginning of the meeting. What are your talents? Pop things in here because I'd love to be using this a lot. And this is something that we can do on, you see that you all have these Pure Haven consultant tags. So that when we do pull our customers over, they'll know who the consultants are and who the, you know, and then we can, you know, if we have consultants who are participating or customers who are participating in some kind of challenge, we can put, you know, love yourself challenge member as a tag for them or whatever we call it, right? So yeah, there were a lot in Pure Stories that you can certainly bring over, grab and bring over. I know Rose was talking about something she found in Pure Empire today that you guys can bring over. So please, if you have those things, share them. We, you know, we're all working together, so share away. Any other questions? That was a great question, Megan. Appreciate it. It's going to be a challenging time to figure out where everything is. And then Facebook Welcome Wellness is our, I'm just going to show you what that looks like. If you're not in there, let us know and we can add you. But that is our Facebook add tag message group. So I'm just going to share it so you guys can see it. So you know what I'm talking about. This is what it looks like. It's public, so you can find it. And then, you know, we have our albums with all of our testimonials in it over there. All right. Any other questions? This is longer than we usually do team meetings, but there was a lot to cover. So I definitely recommend rewatching if you need to and asking questions in the comments under once I finish this recording. Because we covered a lot tonight, a lot of ground tonight. All right, so power hours and coaching. I can't wait to see you guys on. I'm really excited to have so many people who are going to be joining us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Absolutely. If you're any consultant who is in our organization should be in Circle. Anything else? I don't want to close too early if anybody has a question.
When would we be reading the book?
We will, yeah, we'll start 2 weeks out from now on chapter 1. So that people have time to get it. And then we'll
Okay.
just do a chapter a week.
Okay.
And you can let us know if between like during the afternoon from like maybe 1 to 4, you'll see no power hours, but if you need us to add some, we can add some. And the Leaders in Action will be available to do them for you.
And we lots of times will add them in throughout the day just because somebody's in a groove and working and we'll be like, oh, I'm staying on. So even if there's not one running, you may want to pop on. Well, if somebody's using the Zoom room for something else and it's blacked out, I usually put blacked out, like if I'm using it for a meeting, but just check. And yes, we are staying on for Leaders in Action. So Leaders in Action, if you are on, please stay on after we end. I'm going to stop the recording now.
And we have Abigail on, if we could just go over a few things with her.
Absolutely.